There are two things that make your ex fall back in love with you. By the time you finish this video, you'll learn exactly what it takes to not just have your ex fall back in love with you, but never want to leave you again. The first thing that makes your ex fall back in love with you is your personal growth. There's a reason why your ex left. As painful as it is for them to decide to leave you and the heartbreak that you're experiencing, which I know is painful, but despite that, there is a reason why your ex left, and you know it because you had unrealistic expectations for your ex. You were a poor communicator. You didn't respect them. You didn't meet their needs. You had trust issues because you want them to come back. And unfortunately, too many people just identify with that goal. I want my ex to come back instead of focusing on why they left. But to have your ex fall back in love with you, you need to understand that love is not as unconditional as you think it is.
I don't like where this is going.
Your ex loves you, but if you don't give them what they need, why would they stick around? And in this case, why would they come back? Why would they come back seeing that there was no growth? The trust issues are still there. You still shut down emotionally. You still don't know how to handle conflict or a problem or an argument in a mature manner. You still blow up, you still yell, you still scream, you still say disrespectful things. Why would they come back to the person who has shown that they still will not meet their needs? Everything that you see, all the videos that you see on this platform from other coaches, other content creators, everything is about what is my ex doing? Is my ex thinking about me? Will my ex forget about me? And your focus is off. Your focus needs to be on, what do I need to do? How do I develop better communication skills? How do I get rid of my insecurity? How do I focus on the trust issues that I have? How do I focus on my anger issues, my insecurity issues? That's what your ex really wants to see. Let's just think about it. It's disrespectful for you to have your ex tell you, I left you because X, Y, and Z. And then an absence comes about, they move on because they say that they need space and that they don't feel the same way about you anymore. And they come back and nothing has changed from you. Nothing has changed as far as the things that they said that made them unhappy and dissatisfied and eventually led to the breakup or the divorce. It's a slap in their face. From their vantage point, they're saying, my ex did nothing. My ex did not listen to any word I said. It's a slap in the face. If you're just waiting for the time to pass by, your ex is going to come back and see that you haven't changed, and then they leave again. And then you're going to come back on here searching for answers. The answers are in here. The answers rely in your personal transformation. It's not about out there, it's about in here. So until you focus on your personal growth during this time, your transformation to eliminate or eradicate or at least manage the things that have caused the split between you and your ex, this breakup or this divorce will be permanent. In my program, the Breakup Breakthrough, I help you focus on that transformation. And I know it's tough because you're facing a lot of issues that may have even been present before your ex came into the picture. This program is based upon my transformation. I had a lot of things that I needed to work on, my social anxiety, my insecurity, my poor self-image, and it caused too much heartbreak in my life. Too many relationships that either were going nowhere or they decided to move on because I didn't fix my issues. Once I focused on my growth, I didn't have those same issues anymore. And once you focus on your transformation, when your ex comes back and sees that you've made that growth, they see that you've made that transformation, they see you're a different person, makes them fall back in love with you because the trust is there again. Click the link in the description and let's get to work. The second thing that makes your ex fall back in love with you is attraction. And when I speak of attraction, this is not in the way that you've come to understand as far as your appearance, your clothes, your fragrance, your makeup, the dress that you wear, things like that. Attraction is about what's in here. There are two modes of attraction, and they both come forth from here, from the inner. The first mode of attraction is your mindset, and your mindset is rooted in your emotional composure. When you're going through a breakup or a divorce, you're going through a lot of emotional trauma. Your best friend is gone. Your family may be splitting apart. Do you have the emotional poise to deal with that? Because if you already have had a lot of issues, trust issues, insecurity issues, those things are going to come about. The limiting beliefs that you had, and that's something that I had to deal with. I've dealt with limiting beliefs my entire life, and whenever I was going through a breakup or a woman I was dating that I was really starting to have feelings for, when they made that decision to leave, my limiting beliefs came about. I'm not good enough. Or if I met someone and the chemistry started to be there, we started to develop feelings, I would get those limiting beliefs started to come up to say, I'm going to lose them because I've never felt this way about someone before. Why would they want to be with me? Those thoughts and feelings come up during a breakup or a divorce. And if you don't have the emotional composure to navigate through those emotions that keep you down, that paralyze you, when your ex comes back, those limiting beliefs and those doubts, those fears are still going to be present. Those feelings show in your behaviors, and those behaviors will push your ex away. The number one thing that you have to have as far as your mindset that makes you attractive is the poise that, look, everything's going to be okay. The composure to say, I'm dealing with probably the toughest time in my life right now, but I will get through this. Yeah, this shit is dark right now, but I know this is not going to kill me. This is going to make me stronger. I'm going to use this tough period to build that poise, that emotional strength. This is testing my mettle. And that breeds into courage. I am not going to allow this to knock me down and keep me down. No one has power over me except for me. I can change the definition of what has happened to me. Yes, they decided to leave over things that I caused, but I'm going to look at this as a huge opportunity to work on those things. And I'm thankful for this happening, because if I didn't get a handle on these things, it was eventually going to turn out like this anyway. If I have to lose the person that I love to regain myself, then so be it. And the second mode of attraction is confidence. Confidence is not what you think it is. Confidence is a deep-rooted self-love and self-trust. I love myself more than I love my ex.
I love me some me.
You have placed your ex on a pedestal. Yes, this person may have been the father of your children. Yes, this person was the first person to come into your life and love you despite your flaws. But what about you? Despite your flaws, aren't you unique? Aren't you special? Aren't you lovable? Don't you have something about you? Maybe you don't even see it, but you have something about you that is special. Aren't you valuable? Aren't you worthy? Having that self-belief, a healthy self-image, and emphasis on the word healthy, a healthy self-image. This is what makes you attractive. But if everything is about, again, the external, the outer, everything's focused on your ex, I have to get them back, I need them, I can't sleep, I can't eat. These are all weak behaviors. And this isn't disrespect to you. These are all authentic behaviors because you're in this with them. This is your person. This is your best friend, and you do miss them. But there's a time to miss them, and there's a time to be heartbroken, but there's also a time to understand that, hey, I am in this too. Everything's about them. What about me? Yes, they made a decision to leave based upon my actions, but hey, I'm bigger than my mistakes. I'm not going to be defined by someone's decision to leave me, whether I love them or not, because I love myself even more. When you love your ex more than you love yourself, that's a needy, desperate, and insecure way of thinking. And those ways of thinking, again, will crystallize into your behavior and into your habits, and then eventually to your value system, which all are unattractive. Again, we're dealing with matters of the heart, and whether this is a bitter pill to swallow, whether you want to believe it or not, love is not as unconditional as you think it is. So if you continue to radiate behaviors that are negative, they're based in desperation, based in fear, when your ex comes back and sees that, they're going to leave again. Why would they come back and see that you're fearful? You may have had fear in the beginning when you first met them, but you showed them qualities that outweighed the fear that you had and the insecurities and the limiting beliefs. But because of your breakup or your divorce, they came back to the surface. And because you're not using this time away for them to work on eradicating those issues and leaning into your confidence, they're going to see that you're unattractive. Unattractive behaviors push people away. And the second mode of attraction is charisma. And again, not anything about what comes out of your mouth or the ability to work a room or to say witty things. Charisma is a presence. It's an aura. It comes from here. As above, so below. This is the it factor. This is the magic. This is the, I call a charisma your fragrance. People that have been following Black Book Basics for a while, y'all know I love my fragrances. It hits the senses. It's that you can't see it. You spray it on, you can't see it. It's intangible. Your charisma is the thing that is, it's a glow about you. And again, if you have that confidence, if you have that emotional composure, if you have that courage to say, I don't care if my ex leaves me or not, I'm fearless during this time. When you have those in place, the charisma is just the icing on top. It's the cherry on top. When you have that spirit that I'm going to use this to come out better, despite me wanting them back or not, that's not even my goal. My goal is not to get my ex back. My goal is to get me back. That energy, that's an energy of self-love. That's an energy of knowing your worth. That's an energy of a healthy, powerful self-image. That spirit radiates from you when you're around your ex again after they come back, that I don't really care if you come back or leave. We can have, you can text me, we can end up meeting up, we can be intimate. And if you disappear tomorrow, I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I'm totally fine. As a matter of fact, if you make that choice to leave again, you're only opening the door for someone else. So I dare you to leave. Charisma is not what comes out of your mouth. It's the energy that radiates off of you. Again, that energy starts in here. And that energy is magnetic. That energy is irresistible. The key word here is attract. If you're leading with fear and desperation and a poor self-image, that repels. You focus on your charisma, your courage, your confidence, and your composure, and you couple that with your personal growth, you have no idea how powerful you will become. If you fail to do those things, you're making a huge mistake. And there's another mistake that you shouldn't make during your breakup, and I go into that in this video up here. So go ahead and click on that video, and I'll see you on the flip side.